Alright, this video is going to be a little different compared to what I normally upload because I'm going to be discussing a consumer affairs issue I've had with a recent G-Scale purchase that I made. And as you may be able to tell already, I purchased these items from Trainworld.com, and I just want to make it very clear right at the start of this video that I in no way have anything against Trainworld. I've done a lot of business with them over the years. I've acquired a lot of my G-Scale stock that way. And between Trainworld and another retailer that I deal with out in Vegas, I've been able to acquire a lot of G-Scale stock at what I feel is very reasonable prices. So again, I do like Trainworld. I have nothing against them. This video is not an attack on them. This is just me bringing up something I feel is an issue and hopefully getting some feedback from others who may have the same problem. Now, before I show what's in the box, I'll go over what I ordered, and if I put it up here, you can see that I purchased 3 items, the first being the Bachmann large-scale diesel. Now, the thing to note with diesel is that he is only available for pre-order because Trainworld does not have him in stock yet. So that being said, I knew I wasn't going to get him with the other items I purchased. But I also purchased 2 of the Bachmann large-scale Jackson Sharp coaches. Now, these are the matching passenger stock for the 260 Mogul that I reviewed last year. And I got notified by Trainworld on the evening of May 6th that my order had shipped, and they sent me tracking information as well as what they call shipment contents, which I took as, basically what was being shipped. And I was surprised to see that diesel was on the list, because I did not think Trainworld would have had him yet, but you can see that Diesel's there along with the 2 passenger cars. And again, I was surprised to see Diesel there and a little curious if this was actually true, that he was in the box. And I guess the real surprise was when I finally received my package from Trainworld. Like I said, I was kind of surprised when I saw this box because it didn't look large enough to contain 2 of the Jackson Sharp coaches and Diesel. And I say that because I know how big the Jackson Sharp coaches are. And if I bring in one of the older ones and put it up next to the box here, you can see that the box is a bit bigger than what this coach is. And when I get into the box, of course, I do find my sales slip from Trainworld, but there's some bubble packing material in here, as well as a poster or maybe a catalog of other G-Scale items that Trainworld has available. And they also included some Pico catalogs, it looks like, for 2021. But when we get to the models, this is the only one that's here. It's one of the Jackson Sharp coaches, but that's literally it. There's nothing else in the box. So, yeah, out of all the models that I ordered, that's the only one that came in. So this is everything that was in the box, and out of the 3 models that I ordered, the only one I received was the Jackson Sharp coach. And this has me going back to the shipment details that Trainworld sent me and looking at the shipment contents, and I'm honestly asking the question, if Diesel and the Combine were not in the box, why were they listed in the shipment contents? I opened my invoice and I noticed some things. The 3 models I ordered are on here. Diesel's put down as back order, which is understandable because he's not available yet. But I noticed that the Combine is put down as back order as well. Now, when I placed my order for these models, the Combine was listed on the website as available. And I recently went on and looked again, and apparently it says taking back orders now. So I don't know if somebody made a mistake saying Trainworld had it when they didn't. But because these 2 models are apparently on back order now, that leaves the coach as the only one I was billed for at $83.99 plus another $9.99 shipping, which I looked at my credit card and it pretty much says the same thing. And the way Trainworld works is I am not billed for these back order items until they come in, and shipping charges are also applied later as well. So where does this leave me? Well, I'll admit I am disappointed that I don't at least have the 2 passenger cars. I was hoping to get around to doing the review on those, but I mean, hey, life goes on. I guess the biggest irritant for me is, first off, I'm probably going to have to pay another $10 to get the second passenger car shipped to me when it becomes available. And diesel's probably going to be about another $10 to $15, if not more, to get him shipped when he becomes available. And I mean, I wasn't planning on paying that third additional shipping cost, and who knows, the price of shipping may go up between now and then. But my biggest irritant has to be the fact that all 3 items were stated to be shipped when in fact only 1 item was shipped, which in my opinion, if it's not in there, it should not be in here. And I'm in no way saying that Trainworld isn't a place where you should buy model railroading equipment, because they certainly are. I mean, they're family owned and operated, and they've got some of the best prices in the country. But I've actually got several models on the workbench here that I purchased from Trainworld over the years. And these are just a few. I've got more upstairs. But this 120.3 log skidder, I bought this from Trainworld because they had the cheapest price on one of these units and I wanted one. These 8-wheel center cupola cabooses from Bachmann, I was really excited when I saw Trainworld had these in stock, and I did not hesitate to snatch one up when I saw them. Then my G-Scale Victoria project, this was a kit-bashed Annie or Clarabelle, can't remember which, but I bought the model from Trainworld because they had the cheapest price, and I didn't want to spend a lot of money on a project I may fail at. Then this Great Western van, I purchased this and the Spiteful Brake van from Trainworld, and that was after another retailer gave me the runaround on those 2 models. So, I mean, I spent a little extra for these from Trainworld, but they did deliver. This 120.3 frameless tank car from Bachmann, $279 unit from Bachmann. I paid $60 for it from Trainworld. I don't know where you'd find a better deal. And then there's this little speeder here. Now, this was actually a Christmas gift I got a couple years back, but again, this came from Trainworld. So I'm going to wrap up this video here, and again, I have nothing against Trainworld. I just feel like their shipping department's flawed, and something needs to be done to correct the problem. But I'd be curious to hear from my viewers whether or not you've encountered this same problem yourself, and whether or not you feel an item should be put in the shipment contents list, despite the fact the item hasn't been put in the box. I'd be curious to hear your thoughts on that. And I'm sure the folks at Trainworld will be reading every comment that lands here as well. But keep in mind, Trainworld is not a bad place to buy model railroading equipment. Like any business out there, mistakes are made. And that being said, I'll end on that note.